this merger creates a large vehicle with a lot of exposure to not only these amazing projects, but also the knowledge that goes behind them. Myself have had a very lucrative career being part of some big discoveries. Rebecca herself, there's nobody who knows the Thelon better than her. This is a synergetic opportunity to combine two vehicles and make something really good, again, on the cusp of big discoveries.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me today are James Sykes, the CEO of Baseload Metals, Rebecca Hunter, CEO of Forum Energy Metals. James, Rebecca, very good to speak with you. And James, I'm going to start with you. You've described Geiger Energy as a powerhouse uranium explorer. What makes this combination of Aberdeen and Hook so compelling from a technical standpoint?
Thanks, Stephen. It's both of those projects are on the cusp of discoveries, and I think that's what really makes this whole merger come together and create this powerhouse vehicle. Forum has a lot of great projects in the Athabasca Basin and their flagship project, Aberdeen, up in the Thelon Basin. Absolutely wonderful. We've got similar great projects in the Athabasca Basin, and this merger creates a large vehicle with a lot of exposure to not only these amazing projects, but also the knowledge that goes behind them. Myself have had a very lucrative career being part of some big discoveries. Rebecca herself, there's nobody who knows the Thelon better than her. This is a synergetic opportunity to combine two vehicles and make something really good, again, on the cusp of big discoveries.
Well, Rebecca, you'll be leading Geiger Energy post-merger. What excites you most about combining forces at this pivotal time for uranium?
Thanks, Stephen. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is that we can actually explore at the scale that's required to kind of explore the Aberdeen project properly. And so, this is kind of a marriage of a great asset and great capital. And so it allows us to get out there right away this summer, within a few weeks, and just start drilling and getting results. And another thing that I think is important about this merger is that it's also kind of a teaming of good minds. And it's kind of, to complement what James has said already. But I mean, one of the things I feel very strongly about the Aberdeen project being the next big play in the world for high-grade uranium. And James sees it too. And so I think just that teaming of that same sort of vision is really important. And I think that's what's going to really make this company succeed.
Rebecca, the new drilling at Aberdeen targets 10 high priority zones. What's your strategy for maximizing discovery potential in this first campaign?
So one of the beauties of the Aberdeen project is that there's so many targets. And so, I've said in other presentations, we have 50 targets. But so for this year, well, obviously we can't explore all of them. And so we've prioritized these kind of 10 ones. And so basically what we're looking for is scale and something large. And so these two targets that I've basically prioritized to start with, Loki and Bjorn, they have sandstone cover, but not deep cover. So we're not looking like in a lot of places now in the Athabasca Basin where they're looking, greater than 500 meters down. The sandstone cover is under 200 meters. And at Loki in particular, we have a couple holes into that zone. And there's extreme clay alteration that's been drilled to date, and 30 times the uranium content in the sandstone above the background. And so we've got all the building blocks so that there's some sort of major system happening in that area. And so the reason why we're going back to Loki is we want to really find that. We think something is going on there. And Bjorn is a high priority target because, again, it has the same structural corridors, the exact sort of building blocks that we look for, that we kind of the detective work that we use to basically hone into deposits. Bjorn has all those characteristics. The right fault is close to known mineralization, and it's got some alteration and some drill holes that are close by.
James, the Hook project is known for its large-scale alteration systems. What's next for that asset under the Geiger banner?
The current idea is that we can target Hook in the wintertime 2026. The target area that Baseload has identified from last year, it remains open at depth. We've chased it down to about 400, 500 meters depth, and we need to go deeper with that. So while Aberdeen remains a summer focused project, this allows for Hook to be explored in the winter times, and when where all of the technical geochemical anomalies are all flashing red hot within this massive clay alteration area, and it deserves to be followed up. If there's another discovery there following successful summer on Aberdeen, that's where we see this really high potential for Geiger to be a powerhouse in the basin, in the uranium exploration world. We've got so much potential, as Rebecca mentioned. It's quite impressive. So the idea is, yes, the idea will be up to Rebecca to go back and drill on Hook, but the red carpet has been laid out for her to put those drill holes into the ground. It's just a discovery waiting to happen and reward shareholders for Geiger.
And Rebecca, just finally, maybe what's your vision for Geiger going forward?
I think the big vision is, discovery. I'm very results oriented and very focused. And I think this whole opportunity, bringing these two great companies together, great minds together, is that we can do that. And so essentially have the focus on the Aberdeen, as well as, Hook, other great projects within our portfolio, but certainly Aberdeen is going to be focused at least for the next little while here as we drill. And then getting results and basically building value to the shareholders by testing a great project with great targets and getting the results to propel us forward.
Well, congratulations both on the creation of this uranium powerhouse. I hope you'll keep us posted on your progress.
Very much.
Stephen.
Thanks, Stephen.
That's Rebecca Hunter, CEO of Forum Energy Metals, James Sykes, CEO of Baseload Metals.